All right, I think I just want to take a look at Bitcoin, refresh the chart, and make it new. So just gonna do some tea on Bitcoin. I might look into other altcoins as well, but we'll start with this. My nose is a little bit clogged, so I'm a little bit stuffy as well. So long term, where I think Bitcoin is going is I have a few speculations. Might as well just draw that out first, but I think once all this fear is done, um, maybe we see some drop, break this level here that everybody's even so worried about, and then come back up and start mooning. That's a very bullish scenario, but yeah, that's more of like what I think might happen. But we could just, hover here a little bit longer and then pop up. Um, that's a possibility, and it's also possible we do something like this and then come all the way down. That's also super possible as well, and then go up. Um, but yeah, there's just a lot of potentials with Bitcoin right now, and I personally don't know. I personally don't know what's going to happen, obviously, but I do know that I can look at the reaction of certain levels that are there, and if we just look at this right here, we have a level of support from this bottom thing that was touched and we went up. Obviously, we have this wick down here that would obviously be another level of support. Right here is also going to be a very strong level of support on the weekly. And then on the monthly, we're going to have a level of support at 35. I don't actually think we'll go this low. We're gonna have a monthly resistance up here. Oh boy, XO's gonna lag me like crazy. We have a naked point of control at 66,175. There's the daily naked point of control, 66. Close enough. And it looks like we also have one at 66,555, but I'm just going to ignore that. Those are probably all not going to be hit. Alright, so we also have a naked point of control at 48. Um, 48, 800-ish. Excuse me. 48, 800. This is close enough. I'm not gonna worry about that. Cool. So we have a weekly naked point of control at 57. Pretty much 57K. This naked point of control was already tapped. but 57K is definitely going to be a big one. 57K. I'm just going to leave that right there. We can call this one weekly. And then save it as a weekly naked point of control. There used to be a tool on TradingView that would do this for me, but I don't know, it was removed or something. We also have a monthly naked point of control at pretty much 34,000 ish, and then one even lower, but I'm going to skip that. But let's stick with 34,000. So we have a very strong one. 34,000. And this is a monthly. So we also have a very light bullish CVD divergence right here. And so I very much would expect us to go up. We're above the VWAP. So we're above the VWAP. We have the point of control from yesterday. Oh wait, this is today's point of control at 47,000. I would imagine that we would find some resistance at 47,000. Because of the bullish CVD and we're above VWAP, I would imagine that we would be going up to 47,000. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna have so much resistance coming up. Let's hope we just keep breaking all of these. I think 50,000 is gonna be a pretty big one from a psychological standpoint. This looks like it's a falling wedge, a descending wedge off first glance. What's going on? Yeah, I mean, I would imagine today, just because we have a bullish CVD divergence. Let's see if there's anything else. We also have a bullish RSI divergence, like that we will be going up. To at least 47,000, and we're going to see some kind of reaction at 47,000 just because it's the point of control, and then we'd take it from there. let's look at a few more things. For this area, the point of control is going to be at 49,000. Oops. All right, so 18th to the beginning of the 18th. And then if we look at yesterday, yeah. So for me, personally, I feel like um, a few scenarios might be like one, we continue to just drop down and we do a double bottom from 42,000, but I think what might really happen is because everybody's so scared about, not scared, but they're so worried about um, if we lose. I think they're imagining, I don't remember exactly, but I think, oh, here we go. I think they're imagining us losing this, that I feel like it's super possible that we do end up losing this and we drop below, and then they think we're going all the way down to this monthly, and then we truly spikes from there. I think that's one very viable situation that could happen, but I don't know. Personally, I wish I sold more up here. I did not, and that's on me. But this drop was the first just really big red flag. Personally, I'm still just bullish. I guess I'm a forever bull or something, but yeah, this drop is a red flag. And then this is normal consolidation to me. That's nothing special. I do think we might pull what we pulled way back here, which is, everybody saw that this was a something like this, right? They were like, oh my god, this breaks downwards, and like, yeah, this is a pattern for sure that usually breaks downwards, but and you can see how we kind of faked out if you make it a triangle or whatever it's called. I forgot what it's called. But basically, the more we touch a level, right, the more chance that we fall down. And so I feel like we might do the same thing up here, which is like everybody's expecting. It actually is kind of a similar pattern if you think about it. If you just take this right here, all right, turn this chart off. One might say like, okay, if you look at the candle close, maybe we're something like this. We could even say that this was the fake out that spikes us up. I don't know. Personally, I'm still fully into crypto. I have very little stable coins, and that look in hindsight, I'm like, okay, that was a bad mistake on my end. Um, but I still am bullish on it, or I would have been exiting already. So again, I do expect 47,000 as I mentioned. Looks like we're trying to head there right now. And we'll just go from there. So other coins, just taking a quick look. If you look at good old Cardano, we're about to hit support again. And just remember, the theory is the more that you tap support, the less it is likely to hold. So, if we keep tapping, then it's very possible we drop down to this level of support. This is old TA though, so I don't know if I trust it anymore. But you can see we've tapped support for the third time, 3 weeks in a row. Not really a great sign. Dot, the CC held the first time, popped back up, dropped back down, pop back up, and third time it's touched the CC, which is this Fibonacci level. A little bit dangerous. Maybe we touch this naked point of control. I mean, there is good confluence in the sense that uh, we've tapped the CC so many times now. Moon River. Moon River is wow. Yeah, on its way up, you can see that from here to this candle, it ended up touching this CC before bouncing. The second time it touched, it fell through. It ended up becoming resistance. We don't need this anymore. This one was from this high to here, this low. So from this candle to this candle, we ended up pumping, broke past the CC, rejected off of it a little bit, tried to break past again, and we rejected here. You can see here, it's from this low to this high. So this one up here, we came back down, started the week here, touched the CC, and went and broke past it and then shot back up. This is just a really good place to do a long. Usually the CC works super well, but that's old data now. I would imagine that we'll see a touch of 138, especially if we drop more. It's super possible. It would also be in confluence with, actually, no, never mind. Let's see a daily chart. It could, if we keep staying here, we could end up touching 138 and just constantly touching on this speed fan. This is beautiful in the sense that we're holding the middle of the speed fan. This is why I really love speed fans and TA in general. It just gives you ideas of like where price might hover and what might happen with price. AVAX seems to be pumping decently well. Yesterday when I was counting this, I was debating if I should sell or not, just because it clearly looked like Elliott Wave 5 to me. If you look, Elliott Wave 1, 2, oops, I'm counting that wrong. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I set an alarm because I was really hoping for a touch with this monthly level. If I zoom out a bit, it's easier to see. We do have this monthly level here, and I was really hoping that we would come and touch here. I set an alarm and then I would have sold it, but so far it hasn't happened yet. It still might is a bullish hammer candle, but we'll see. Both AVAX and Luna are actually looking really strong right now. Amidst all the drop, like they're doing fairly well. But yeah, these are really the only coins I wanted to take a look at. I just wanted to look at Bitcoin. OGN is down in the dumps again. I'm down by so much on this coin. All right, when alt season. Link, please. All right. I will take a look at Link. I actually think the blockchains are going to run first. And fundamentally, like, I don't think that Link is that great of a coin. I only invested when I was a noob. Back in April when I got in. But yeah, I'm not a really big fan of Link. So, just a quick glance at this, I would imagine that we come down to the weekly. We've already come and touched and bounced off the weekly, and you can look, the weekly is, when you go to the weekly chart, you take the bottom of this wick. We've already touched it though. So, yeah. Don't know if we might come do that again. This monthly level would have actually been a really good place to buy. Um, let's see. I mean, I think we're making a bullish divergence. Let's see. Wow, my computer's starting to lag. Bar is right here. Well, if we start from this one right here, we hit right here, and we did go lower right here. And you can see we have a really light bullish RSI. So I would imagine that we'll do okay, and we'll end up going up a bit. I don't know how much, but I do think we will probably pump on Link. It looks like it's very much oversold. Um, when we dropped in this range, we're above the point of control. Where's my anchored VWAP? Yeah, that anchored VWAP is also on this monthly. This will be a level of resistance. To me, I feel like if you wanted to do some crazy, like, quick trade, I think from here to here is very, very, very possible. This will be a level of resistance, so you will probably see price either blow past it or find some resistance here, and depending on what, it will reject. But if we look, I don't know when this value area low was created, but I mean it was at some point a certain level, so you can see that the CC pulled is also on that level. That would be two confluences for it. We can take a quick look and just see where this value area low was. If this value area low is from here to here, that's a really, yeah, so it's pretty much at the same area almost. Um, I would definitely say this will be a strong level of resistance when the time comes that we come up here. But if you wanted a quick swing trade, no problem. I do think that we will see price very likely do that, where it goes from $19 to $30. Was that even where I marked that out? No, it wasn't. Whoops. Okay. This chart is driving me crazy. And now it's too zoomed out. Yeah, so I mean, if you want a 10% increase, like, sure, I think Link will definitely end up hitting this CC here. It's also the value area low. First, it's gonna probably reject a little bit off of this monthly level, or it may not. And then I do expect it would come and hit this at some point. We do have that bullish RSI divergence. This is short term though, like what we're looking at. Long term wise, it's always a good idea to be buying on supports. So if you really, really like Link, I would be setting some limit orders here, and I'd be buying a little bit here just because this is a strong monthly level of support. But this is ideally where you would want, and we've already come and touched it, and we're still in that downtrend, so it's super possible we do. If we somehow break this $15, which to me seems very unlikely, but I mean it is possible. You know, we may see a $12 Link see if there's any. So another level would be $11, and that's a monthly level of support. But you know what's really interesting to me is that a lot of these charts, it's like when you look at how they reacted for when Bitcoin was at 29,000, like it hit even lower. I mean, sorry, it hit like some charts have hit lower than when Bitcoin was at 29,000, like sushi, which to me it's like that's kind of weird, and maybe that's just me being a novice in crypto, I guess, and not years and years into it. But I just find it weird that you know we've gone lower than when Bitcoin was at 29,000, and it's pumped up more than 50%, but sushi has just bled. So not really sure what's going on there. Did 4chan tell you to invest? I don't know who 4chan is, man. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Um, but yeah. Yeah, so um, I do think for today we will see Bitcoin go up at least to 47,000. Let's see what happens though. Looks like we are on the CC still. I don't know when I map that out, but um, this is always a good place where price always moves and reacts. You can see that when we came down here, we reacted, and we came down here, we reacted and went up. Uh, and this is, I think, what's going to be a fake pattern. I don't think that this will actually fully play out. I do think we'll see lower, but I could be wrong. This is all just guessing. Again, I think a lot of TA is just looking at levels and then just seeing how price reacts and buying from supports, selling at resistance. That is the game that's played. It works really well usually to just be like, okay, let me, whoops, I'm looking at the wrong chart. So I just did this chart here. This is newer TA. If you really love Bitcoin, right? Like most people are getting FOMO'd in and they're trying to buy up here, but really you would just want to be buying at supports. So if you really like Bitcoin specifically, like I would be setting a lot of limit orders here, all the way down to here, and on this wick here, and a little bit even lower, because I do think if it comes down that low, you'd see a fake out. But yeah, crypto's done very well for me just because I've learned a lot of TA, and I just wisened up. During this crash down here, I actually invested my money way back here in April, very stupidly. I saw it drop like 80% down here, and if I never touched my portfolio, I'd still be less than what I put in, even when we were up here. But just because I wisened up and I really started not only doing TA, I started learning a lot of trading psychology. I got deep down into the stuff. Like I've done very well for myself, and so even this drop, right? I've lost tons of money on this drop, but I'm still up by so much that it really doesn't even matter anymore. Just because, like when you really take this skill of learning TA and you really understand, like this is the time to buy on support, this is the time to sell on resistance, then you end up making really good decisions, and you're a little bit you can ignore a lot of the problems that happen with trading, which is FOMO and like, oh my god, we're gonna go to the moon. I did fortunately sell some up here and some when I felt the gaming bubble was gonna happen, but I sold too little compared to what I have, and I was a little bit annoyed that I didn't sell more. But either way, you live and you learn, and you just move on from that and you learn from it. But if you're in a position where crypto hasn't done well for you, I would just say like learn to just buy on these supports. It's not hard to understand. I have a TA video that I made. I've only made two of like what I think are the most like some of the most fundamental pieces that you need for TA. And that's really just mapping out support resistance lines, and then from that just learning to take profits when you hit certain resistance levels and to sell, I mean, to buy when you hit support levels down here rather than be scared and FOMO in. You know, a good example is Chain Guardians, which uh, to me has already made me so much money that it doesn't matter if my bags go to zero. I don't really care. But here would have been a really good place to buy. And I marked this out in my Discord. You know, we came and we touched this monthly, and you're talking about a really big pump, right? I actually marked it out in my Discord when it was lower than the monthly level, but you're talking about a 44% pump. That's huge, right? Most people they can't understand this and they don't see that like 44% is a lot of money, so they don't sell. They think it's going to moon and then it comes back down. And it may even come back down, tap this support level and go, I don't know, maybe go to this weekly level. And then they get really scared and they sell their bags. But this is the place where you buy, right? And worst case scenario, you drop even further. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching, guys. Lots of fun with sushi. Where did you make it? My returns came from a lot of things, man. It came from heavy TA. It came from swing trades, like you can see here with Scallop. Uh, Scallop is one of the few coins that I just marked out for the hell of it. But it came from a mix of IDOs. NFTs have actually just lost me money, damn it. I've dumped way too much money in NFTs. God, it's been a pain in the ass. But it's been a mix of IDOs, of swing trades, of more swing trades, of what else? Oh, Neo Tokyo as well. Neo Tokyo was a big one. Um, I would say if I could break it down, I can't name exact numbers. It might be something like 30% Neo Tokyo, 40% swing trades, which is like this, right? I bought here, kept going down. I think people are panicking like hell. And I just sold up here, rebought. I don't know how I caught this low, but I set a limit order. I did some TA. I was like, all right, let me just buy here. It pumped within like a few hours, and I was like, fuck that, let me sell. I sold. Luckily, that was, you know, you can see here is true to my word, sold on resistance. Yeah, we blew past that resistance. And yes, I did feel FOMO, and I was like, oh my god, I sold too early. Thank God we came back down. I wasn't looking at the chart anymore. I was like, all right, well, I like this coin. Let me buy. So I rebought my bags here on I think that was a 20% drop. But unfortunately, we are now down by a lot more since I bought. So since I bought right here, we're at a 56% drop. But I think I'm still up by a lot because my initial buy was like here, but then I kept accumulating more, and so because of these swing trades, I'm pretty sure I'm still up even though we're down here. I'm almost positive actually because these were pretty big moves. But you know, I did the same, and I kind of screwed up with IMX. I sold way too early on this one. What is going on? But again, this is all like TA. That's where a lot of my results came from. Even with IDOs, like if you understand TA, then it helps a lot with IDOs as well because you know when to sell a little bit better and you know when to buy a little bit better. And again, this is I don't remember when I bought IMX. I just remember I sold too quickly. I still have IMX that's free, so you know I haven't really touched that. But yeah, I think I fully exited my position. There was a lot of coins that I just was like, fuck it, I'm out. Just because I sensed these crazy tops on some of these coins. I sold some CGG actually at near tops with like almost a 3x. The issue is that I put it into a coin that has mega tanked. I think that was Infinite Launch, IDO Launchpad. I think I sold at 270. That's incredible. But again, I put it into Infinite Launch, which has tanked like 70%. So I'm pretty much probably at break even at this point because this is 3x for me almost. And then that is tanked 70%. God, that was dumb of me. All right, well, Bit I'm still a holder of. I still really believe in it. I don't care. Like I'm gonna hold this for, even through a bear market if need be. I just think Bybit is a very solid exchange. Really like it. But yeah, man, a lot of my gains just came through swing trading. I think I sold Render too early as well. I think I bought like a dollar, sold at like $1.50. Obviously, that went higher, and I was like, all right, I fucked up there. Neo Tokyo is an NFT. It's Alex Becker's coin. In my Discord, we talk about it quite a lot. But a friend of mine, wasn't me for sure, but a friend of mine was able to mint on mint day, and that person sold it uh, for a very nice profit of like $25,000. So like you can't go wrong with that, right? It's like literally within a day, $25,000 ching, sold out in 2 seconds almost. Uh, yeah, so that was really nice. I think there's a lag time on when I actually look at this. But anyway, thank you guys for just the views. That's really cool. It's actually been a long time since I've had this many comments. Feel free to always just ask in the Discord if you want some TA done. I'm looking on a daily basis, but I've always thought that people are very bored of TA and they don't actually want to see it, so I don't actually do it because it seems like nobody cares about it. But anyway, I will be going to work out. Thank you guys for watching.